Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the AB86 Regional Planning Summit, and for those of you who traveled, welcome to Sacramento. My name is Giselle Chow, and this is my colleague Paula Hansen over here, and we are from the Grove Consultants International, which is based out of San Francisco. We facilitate meetings of all kinds using the methodology that you will see Paula actively doing in a little bit here, which is graphic facilitation, using large-scale visuals and graphics to organize a group's thinking, to help folks come to common vision, using graphics to harness people's thinking and thoughts. So you will also have a chance to work with some of this methodology in the breakout sessions, where you will also be working using some large-scale templates, which I will be talking you through as we move throughout the day. You may have also seen in your folder, there are some instruction sheets with some little thumbnail sketches. That'll give you a sneak preview of what we're going to do. So what I am going to do in the next 15 minutes is I am going to give you a high-level walkthrough of our agenda, our outcomes for the day, and then I'm going to introduce some speakers who will officially kick it off, and then we will move into our program after that. We have a panel in the late morning and a data presentation before we move into breakouts. So if you look in your folders, there's an image up here that might be a little hard to read, but you also have a similar image in your folders. This will give you a sense of our plan over the next 2 days. So I'm going to go over this with you. We start with the outcomes, right? Where are we going? What are we doing? So the outcomes for the next 2 days are for us to come together to reflect, share strategies and practices of promise, to reflect on regional data and develop potential funding models, to envision our desired future state, what can and will be profoundly different, to ensure all voices are heard and consortium members have ample input into the process, and also for the working group to capture recommendations for the next steps. As far as the folks who are in the room, you'll see in that section that says roles, there's a cloud there. Those are some of the folks who are in the room. We also have many community partners, also other adult educator stakeholders as well who are in the room. So you can take a look at who's represented. As far as the agenda, we'll have some opening remarks. We'll move into that legislative panel. Then there will be lunch. Lunch will be a buffet which will be outside, right in the foyer. At 12:30, you're welcome to bring your plate back, have a seat at 12:30. You will hear about some data that will be presented at 12:30. We'll move into 2 breakout sections in the afternoon. I'll explain this in a lot more detail later. One will be on applying regional data, so you'll be meeting in regional groups, right, to create your own strategies. There'll be a small break in there, and then we'll go directly, we won't return here, but you'll go directly into mixed groups, so 2 different configurations for the day. So you'll be in mixed groups to develop and talk about what a statewide funding model might look like. We'll come back here all together, we'll look at everyone's work, we'll look at the beautiful templates you create. There'll be what we call a gallery walk, so you'll be able to walk around and look at other people's work. You'll be able to report out on one of the templates that you create. And then there'll be some time for us to have a large group conversation about any insights, patterns, things that you noticed throughout the day. And that is our day 1. Okay? So I'll go over day 2 tomorrow morning in a similar fashion, but I wanted to give you an overview of how you'll be spending your time. Also wanted to mention this section over here called rules, ground rules, communication guidelines, things that we'd like you to keep in mind as we work together today. So the first one is to show up, which you have all done physically. Congratulations, you've done that. Be fully present and engaged. I know that many of you have, all of you have important work, are probably leaving things sort of undone or thinking about loose ends. As much as you can, please try to put that aside and be in this space with this group now. Listen for patterns and themes as we work throughout the day. There is a collective story in the room, and it's up to this group to sort of tease that story out and to construct that story together. So that's what I'll be asking you all to do. Be open about your ideas, thoughts, and misgivings, right? So if someone poses an issue, a question, a concern, right, instead of sort of sitting back on it, pose another question, right? This is the space for us to work those things out, okay? The next one's sort of similar to what I just noted. Ask questions and express curiosity in order to push the conversation forward. Stay at the strategic level. So there will be plenty of time to talk about implementation. This is not necessarily the time to do that. We are still high level, talking about sort of how processes might work. We're not talking about who might do that process yet, right? So we're staying kind of at the higher level for now. Accept tension and ambiguity as part of the process. Given the scope and the scale of what you all are trying to do, it would be impossible to not have those tensions present. In fact, I would probably say that someone, and Paul and I, who facilitate meetings around change, if there isn't that tension and ambiguity, people probably aren't doing it correctly, right? So really to lean into that and to embrace that as part of a change process, okay? Also, if it's helpful, when groups start to work on a large-scale initiative, a plan, change, people start out, fairly aligned, right? Or there's a plan, people know what it is, it's communicated, and there's alignment. As people start to work, sorry, I'm gonna make hand gestures now. People start kind of working like this, but then invariably, because all of your contexts are so different and you're all different people, you start to spread out like that, right? That's part of the process. That's natural. That has to happen, okay? Because you're finding out what the work actually is. Hopefully, and I think this summit is a way for you to start converging again into that more aligned place. And then also, as you start to work after our 2 days together, you're going to start to diverge again, right? Maybe not as wide as you did the first time, but it will happen again. So if it's helpful to think of that model of a constant converging and diverging as you work together, okay? And also finally, keeping students at the center of the work that you do. And I know that that's something that you all do, so just putting that out there, a reminder, okay? So those are the guidelines, the rules. What I would ask, if there is something that you think is particularly important that is not on this list, if you would find me, grab me during a break and let me know, I'm happy to add it to the large chart that we have out there. And all the charts that we have are working documents for you, so please don't feel precious about them. If you want to write something up there, please feel free, okay? So now let's do a brief intro. I know that you've had some time to speak with each other at your tables, but maybe you haven't gotten around to everyone. So for the next few minutes before we launch into our official welcome, and I introduce some folks to you, if you could find 1 or 2 people, doesn't really matter, 3 or 4, however it works out, whatever makes sense the way you're seated. Find folks at your table that you don't know, and hopefully many of you are in that position. Yes? No? And if you could share, if you haven't already, your name, your role, geographic location, something unique about the community you serve, so something unique, and then a hope that you have for the next 2 days. So we will spend about the next 5 minutes using these questions as guidelines for you to have conversations at your tables, and then I will come back up here in a few minutes. All right? Great. Thank you.